what PR actually is.
It is about you understanding the brand, understanding what the client wants, understanding what the end customer wants, and bridging that gap.
Okay.
So, this is a very softer approach to an aggressive, in your face advertising campaign. A hospital, it can be an educational institution, lifestyle product, health product, restaurant, food brand, but everybody needs a certain degree of PR.
Earlier days when we used to know about PR, either it could be print or radio or television. This is the only thing that is gone. Now with the advent of digital, there are so many other channels that has opened up.
What we saw pre-pandemic and what we saw post-pandemic is totally different.
Okay.
Even before that, people were consuming a lot of social media content and all that. But it became very, very critical post-pandemic because that was the only medium that was available. Keeps changing. The thing is, what worked for a certain product launch 6 months ago, we have to tweak it a bit. We cannot repeat the same thing thinking it worked and so this will also work.
How is the cost for advertisement and marketing and PR compared to 15 years ago towards now? Has it risen across along with the inflation, and is it still maintaining an industry standard, or has it become much more expensive now? And how is it working out in terms of ROI for businesses?
Yeah, I think the businesses are making a very concentrated effort to have a certain percentage marked out for marketing expenses, and out of the marketing expenses there are more bifurcations, ATL, BTL. So when we come in as consultants, according to the brand we suggest how the split up should be. Then of course according to the budget we proceed, but we give them the intel on what will work for your brand. And I find that the budgets are quite sizable. It's not exorbitant. Everybody is still, I don't know whether it's a South Indian thing, but everybody is still a conservative spender. They want value for money, they want it to work for them, but at the same time they are not shying away from spending that particular amount.
Absolutely.
So I think the budgets are good. And it is I think it's a it's a international standard that you spend X amount on marketing.
Absolutely.
So they are quite open to that. Nobody is now coming and saying, I want to spend only this much, but I want to get that much.
Assuming that just to put the point in perspective, say maybe 15-20 years ago, maybe the spend in marketing and advertisement and this could be 25%. Is it the same standard that is actually coming? I'm just saying not 25% is a standard, but assuming that it was there 15-20 years ago, is it pretty much the same, or now has it gone to 35% or 40% or things like that?
Depending on the brand, it has gone up.
It has gone up.
It has gone up, and they are prepared to wait for ROI.
Absolutely. So as an agency, ma'am, how do you see yourself working with companies like, say, Facebook and Instagram, which are now becoming very massive in terms of penetration and reach? And as an agency, are you able to get some privileges for you to do certain things that a regular ordinary advertiser or marketer cannot do? Do you have that kind of an access towards these kind of products?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay.
We don't get any special concessions or benefits for providing X number of advertisements or
because when you're working with a digital company, they said that by the size of the ads they spend on that, Facebook or for that matter Meta, or for that matter even Alphabet, right? They give them special access to some of their tools, which helps them in terms of better maintaining clients or having better reach or having better analytics, these kind of things. My God, I myself, when I'm talking, I really don't, I'm able to fathom how much actually it has been progressed from the early days of Facebook to what it is today. And every time when we open up the dashboard report for, the analytics in this one, every time there is a new thing, new component, paradigm is actually come and say, no, now hashtag is not trending anymore. You have to look into, so many other different variables. And my God, I don't know how to keep updated with this. Now, as a business specifically for F&B, ma'am, tell me how much PR is important and what are the things a restaurant or a food business can consider for their business to leverage PR to the best of the capability, ma'am? Can you please tell us about that?
So a restaurant, 90% of the time it's put together with great passion.
Okay.
Food, everybody is passionate about. The creator and the consumer, that is something that's very, very close to your heart. But my suggestion to everybody, who come to me and they're in a great hurry to open is, please wait till everything is settled.
Okay.
Your kitchen should be perfectly run. Do lot of trials. Do lot of trials with friends and family is fine, but even just strangers. Open it, wait to settle in, and then tom to the world that you're here. Because a lot of times they it's not just the food, it's the service which has to be spot on. So food, service, that particular kind of the way you treat your customer, the way you present your dishes. I think all that needs a lot of background work, and when you're ready, you have to be absolutely ready. So that is one thing that I always advise my clients.
Okay.
Please, I hope you're 100% ready, because we will do the publicity part of it. You will have your phone ringing. You won't be able to accommodate certain number of tables. You will be turning people away and all that. But if you've slipped up on food, or if you've slipped up on service, it's very difficult for me to pull it up right from the bottom of the well again after 3 months.
So that is where you talk about PR disaster, and that is when it is very, very difficult to again reboot everything and start again.
It is very difficult to reboot again, because you have lost that customer satisfaction.
And people form opinions very quickly.
Yes.
And they don't believe in giving second chances necessarily.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a Herculean task for you to win the trust of the people again.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay.
So when we get involved, we come in almost at the trial stage where we are actually tasting the food. We are giving our inputs, saying, this should be like this. Chefs fortunately are taking our advice.
Okay.
But the thing is, we want to tell them, see, we are customers also. We are your guests. So we will tell you, if I'm a paying customer, what am I looking for?
Okay.
Would I like this? Would I not like this? It's not a personal attack. If I'm a paying customer, what am I expecting?
Absolutely.
So we come in at that stage where we, collaborate to put the brand on its right foot and start off well.
Okay. That's great, ma'am. Can you just give us an example of instance, you not name the brand or whatever, a very challenging assignment you had in your recent times, and the obstacle you faced, and how as a PR company you were able to spin it around, or guide them to say for this one. So take your time to think about it. So you are at
No.
Yeah.
I already have one.
Okay, great.
So the thing is, the same thing happened. The brand is sitting in some other city.
Okay.
The person here is new to the restaurant business. The person has X amount of money to invest, and ROI he's been promised X.
Okay.
Correct? So then everybody is ready to start. But the chefs who have come are going to be there only for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Then what happens? So that was one disaster.
Okay.
Because on the day of the launch, we went there and we were so shocked, because the whole kitchen team has come from another city.
Okay.
And they are going to leave in 2 weeks.
Oh.
And I have my media.
Okay.
And who will say, listen, today is your launch day. We are not going to judge you on your launch day, because things could go wrong. But we will come back on another day. Now, when they come back on another day, what am I going to do? So that is something that that was quite perplexing for us, how we are going to manage expectations from the media, because finally, how much ever we say, the journalist's opinion matters and the editor's opinion matters, we don't have control over it. It pains us when the review is bad.
Absolutely.
it'll hurt us more than the brand itself.
Absolutely.
For us it is like falling on your face flat.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, this disaster happened.
Okay.
So that was something. So then I had to really request the journalist, please give us some time to settle in. So everything happened 1 month later till the kitchen team settled in. But that was one of those things that was very scary.
It must be very terrifying, right?
Very scary.
Very terrifying, right? I can imagine. So the owners say, just go do the PR work, and you do the PR work. But when it comes to the final day of this one, and things are not there, then I think it will be very ruining as a business.
So for us, it's like an examination. Once the journalist is done, you open the paper or the previous day online, you're searching, has it been posted online?
Okay.
What is the review? What has he or she said about this? Did she like it? Did she not like it? So it's like an exam every day.
Absolutely. So what are the key factors as per your experience is concerned when it comes to become a successful campaign? So when you have a campaign, right? I mean, it could be a launch campaign, it could be a boost campaign, it could be a new product, introduction campaign. So many different campaigns are running across for marketing this one. So what do you think are the most important factors that a business has to consider when they want to go for a launch?
I think you need a plan that works. You need a lot of lead time to make that plan effective. Because when you have time, you can also iron out all the kinks, and you're prepared for things. So planning and a good lead time to execute the plan, I think that's a key in success anyway. And a lot of times the brand or the client should understand that we are all on the same side.
Absolutely.
If people think that we are on the opposite side, and we're just, for a want of a better word, just answerable and accountable, it doesn't work. We're all on the same side. We all want to make the brand work. We all want to make this work. So when that happens and we are synchronized, then everything goes off very well.
Okay. That's some great insight. And I know you'll probably not have an answer to this, but why is that us working over here in, say, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, any part of India, why is it that most of the owners or the people who execute the particular program always approach specialists like you or anyone else or a consultant, or why do they always approach them at the last moment?
Oh, I have the same. I'm going to ask you that question. I'm going to ask you that question. You're related to so many people. Okay, let us say in the food business.
Okay.
So what happens? Do they just remember the last moment and then they want us to pull, this rabbit out of the hat? And
many a times I think people get into the business without the idea of getting into what exactly that business is. So it is like this. So today we want to go and build a house, and we say we want to build a house. So we go and see a contractor and say we want to build a house. So what the contractor say, where is the plan? Right? Then we'll realize that we have to go to the architect. So we tell that I want to build a house. The guy is asking for a plan, give him a plan. Then the architect will ask, what is the kind of a house you want to build? You want to build an apartment, you want to build a duplex, you want to build a villa, what is that you want to build? Then you will say that, okay, I'm yet to buy a land. So then you will think about buying the land. So when you go to buy a land, then you will be confused where to buy the land. Then a couple of brokers will cheat you. So all this is happening as a meter is running across to all people. For some you might have paid the advance, for some this land and the building house is an easy example of doing, but it happens in many parts of this one. So essentially what misses out is that if you actually look at the entire circus that happens at a particular point in time, people don't have clarity of what exactly they want to do. And the thing is that they believe that if they have money, everything can be done. So it is not just about money or not just about having good people, but also taking the time to plan it out. Unless we plan extensively and have proper budgeting in place, even I can challenge across many projects, maybe even 99% of the projects will never ever meet out the budget. There is always a gap in the budget. It's nothing wrong in that. But the thing is that we should be mentally prepared for it. So that's the reason that we need to do more research. We need to talk to experts. We need to bring the right people like yourself on board every time. And we should give enough time. For us to deliver a baby, we have to wait 10 months, right? That is how God has made it. So for something that was to come out beautifully and as a good product or a good service or a good experience altogether, I think people should understand that pushing them at the last moment will not necessarily give us the best of the output. So good things take time. As we always say for cooking, today everything is fast food and quick this, quick that, quick commerce, and 10 minutes I'll give you the food across and all this kind of a thing and all. There is always a difference how our grandmothers used to cook. They used to take own time in terms of preparing the ingredients, take our own time in terms of cooking it and waiting it, and then serving the food with a lot of love. That is when the true food and nutrition is actually absorbed, and that is when a great experience comes into play. So anyway, this is my understanding of what is happening today. People just like the Instagram, they want everything done so fast.
Yeah, they think we have a template and we'll just come and execute it.
It's not like that. It's like handling people, right? And we are saying that I will have this outcome come from these people, and people are so unpredictable, and we'll never know what is going to happen when. So it is a very, very tough line. Another technical question I just want to add for the follow-up is that right now, what role does experiential marketing and BTL activity play in the food sector right now? Does it depend upon the product positioning, or does it depend, for example, BTL will not necessarily work in a luxury range of product, right? Or do you believe now?
No, BTL will work in a luxury range. Yeah. Totally.
Okay. So this is a skewed perception I had, so that I thought I'd just ask.
Yeah. Totally.
So ATL and BTL now both has to come hand in hand to play for you
Yes.
Okay.
But in the food and restaurant business, it's ultimately whatever publicity you do, customer satisfaction is king.
Okay.
So that is the end product of your PR activity and your this thing. Once your customer is satisfied, the word of mouth will happen on its own. Sometimes we can't take credit for the work we've done. It's actually the product from the restaurant. The food is so good that it's just selling by itself, and we are a happy byproduct. We have also helped in the publicity kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
So I'm talking specifically about the food industry because I'm talking to you.
Absolutely.
But the customer satisfaction is something that is ultimate goal.
Absolutely. So can you discuss also the importance of consumer trust and transparency for the product? Because I think that is becoming, because people are talking about ethical labeling, making sure that the product what they sell is actually the product. So how much of this transparency and how much of this trust is very important for people or for the business to sustain and grow? Can you just throw some light on that? Because those gone are the days, right, when you used to have a chicken tikka and you can dose as much as color as possible and try to make possible. Today the people are aware, right? And people want to know what kind of a color it is, or is it carcinogenic or this or that. So many things need to be declared by law. Not only by law, people are also aware. So the transparency has now become much more, and people have to openly say it in this one, saying that this color is made from, say, natural beetroot, or these kind of things has to be explained across to people for them to